Hey everyone, for this final project, I am focusing on exercise physiology and aging. After we worked on that case study on sarcopenia, it kind of got me interested in the different effects that age has on our physiology and how much of these normal effects of aging are actually attributed to lack of activity, and how we could prevent or reverse a lot of these different problems just through exercise and through regular physical activity. For my career, this could be a big benefit to understand because for personal trainers, we're mostly going to be working with general population clients who are just looking to feel better and function better in their daily life. So it's essentially a lot of people looking to fight these negative effects of aging. Obviously, we have the body composition people who are looking to lose weight and everything, but that also ties into this. Improved body composition definitely makes a difference as we get older and helps to prevent a lot of preventable diseases. So, with that being said, this going to the study that I'm looking at for this week. So, this study, it's a mouthful, but it's effects of a 12-month supervised community-based multimodal exercise program followed by a 6-month research to practice transition on bone mineral density, trabecular microarchitecture, and physical function in older adults. So, essentially what this study was a randomized controlled trial. Basically, it took 162 older adults over the age of 60 with either osteopenia or other risk factors for falls and fractures, and it broke them into a control group and an exercise group. And so the experimental exercise group was doing 3 days a week of multimodal exercise, which included strength training, low level power exercise, and balance training. And they were looking for the effects that this would have on bone mineral density, the microarchitecture of our trabecular bone, which is that spongy bone, which is more likely to break and get osteoporotic as we get older, and as well as just overall physical function. For the control group, they just had them stick to their normal self-care routines and provided very basic education from publicly available literature on osteoporosis. So, basically, what they found in this study, it went on for 18 months, 12 months supervised by the researchers, and another 6 months where the trainers in these community exercise facilities worked on their own without the supervision of the researchers. At the end of 18 months, they found a big relative improvement in bone mineral density in the femur and lumbar spine of the experimental group who was performing the exercise. A lot of this was actually attributed to bone mineral density loss in the control group, which shows kind of the negative effects of inactivity, especially as we get older. But there's also a big increase in strength and overall performance in the exercise group. That being said, in this MRI study of trabecular microarchitecture, looking at the different qualities and architecture of the spongy bone, they didn't find a whole lot of difference between the groups. However, when they looked at the exercise group who had performed at least 66% of their workouts, they actually did find a little bit of an increase in bone volume fraction in that group. So that's just essentially the volume of bone over the volume of material scanned in the MRI. So the quality of that, the structural quality of that spongy bone was actually higher in the people who had stuck more closely to their exercise program. So it basically shows that exercise as you get older might not give us any necessarily any gains in bone mineral density, but it will absolutely prevent some of that loss that occurs naturally, and that's very important. Something I would like to dig deeper into throughout the next few weeks as I work on this project is really looking at the parameters of how much exercise is actually necessary for these older adults. is it necessary for them to be doing 3 days a week, or is it possible just to be doing like a less frequent exercise program that would be more likely to be adhered to? So these are some things I would like to look at, is really getting deeper into kind of the minimal effective dose that is needed to maintain these benefits and prevent this detrimental effects of aging. Okay. So that's all I got until we get to the final project post. So thanks.